Hello, welcome back to my channel. So I thought I'd do another little chit chat time on a thought that I've had recently. So what sparked it actually was a conversation with a friend. We were just talking about parenting and like the difficulties of it and just some hurdles that we would like to, just hurdles with parenting. And I've actually been thinking about this a lot recently too. But parenting is just so complicated. Sometimes it's something that you can control, sometimes it's something that you just can't, and you just kind of have to trust that you are implementing rules and kindness and so many factors to your child as much as you can, and that hopefully one day that will click. You can guide your kids and you can teach them, and you can hope that one day those little lessons will stick deep, and that they'll start using them in your own lives. But the truth is, like, the only thing that you can actually control is yourself. And then comes into play monkey see, monkey do. Because so many times I've heard professionals talking, friends who have older kids, family members constantly say that monkey see, monkey do. So the best thing that you can do is to control yourself. So your kid is literally watching you all the time. And I've noticed it with my kids. I've noticed it with my 2-year-old. Like, you think maybe when they're older, they'll watch you more, but it starts from literally day one. And I know it's something that I am and have been struggling with so much. Controlling myself, watching what I do, watching what I say, especially during difficult, heightened times when emotions are high. But here's the hard part. It's not easy to be that example all the time, especially when you're doing it with little to no help whatsoever. Like, maintaining that smooth sailing attitude is honestly just sometimes seems so impossible. And then when you're not being that perfect parent, that's when I feel like the mum brain kicks in. You start telling yourself that, like, oh my god, I had one weak moment, I had one moment of frustration, one moment of anger, and therefore I'm not doing everything perfect, and therefore I'm just such a shit mum, I'm hopeless. And then you get stuck in that cycle of trying harder and then slipping up and then beating yourself up about it again, and then repeating that, trying harder and then failing and then beating yourself up again. And it just seems to honestly be never ending. And for me, the real challenge has been to balance that, to show up as an example, but also give myself grace when my ideas and expectations don't match my reality. Because often what happens is we set such a high expectation to constantly be perfect, and living up to that, honestly, in any situation is truly so difficult. So it's important to show up as an example, but also give yourself grace when you're not perfect. Because deep down, I think we know that our kids don't need us or need me to be flawless. They need me to love them and show up and keep trying. And then again, it comes back to monkey see, monkey do. If they see you truly trying to stay calm, truly trying to do your best, taking accountability for the moments where you maybe did have a bit of a breakdown or show frustration, which are all real human valid emotions, might I add. I remember reading a book once. I can't remember whether I think it was like a Buddhist self-help book, and I really can't remember the author, but if I do, I'll put it in the description below. And in there it said that even the Buddhist monks experience those emotions, that the reason for meditation is not to suppress those emotions, is not to avoid and completely disregard those emotions. It's to be able to emotionally regulate yourself whenever you do feel those emotions. It's the ability to take a step back and say, hey, look, I'm actually feeling these really strong negative emotions. I just need to take a step back, realize that in the moment I'm feeling a certain way. Because I feel like if we don't remove ourselves, then we're going to continue bursting. Do you know what I mean? We're going to continue that cycle, that endless cycle of frustration and not being able to handle our emotions. And don't get me wrong, like, I know it's difficult. I know we are, as parents, in so many difficult situations where we can't just be like, okay, I need some time, I need to remove myself, whilst your child's like throwing a fit in the corner. But I guess just continue trying, continue showing up. And I think that is what is the most important in the life of a parent, and just being there for our child. Again, as usual, this is not an advice session. It's just me sharing some thoughts based on a conversation I've had with a couple of friends recently. And yeah, so those are just some of my thoughts, and I'd actually love to hear some of your guys' perspective out there, whether you're a parent or whether you're an aunt or an uncle, whether you have teenagers, whether you have a newborn, whether you have 3 kids, 5 kids, 7 kids, 1 kid. Like, like whoever you are, I would genuinely love to hear your perspective on this too, so that way we can all learn and grow together. What helped you? What lessons have you learned along the way? Or even just your take on balancing it all. Drop it in the comments because I feel like we could all learn from each other. Other than that, I hope everybody is doing well. And as usual, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Scribe? Don't forget, did I say scribe? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.